Welcome to the Real Estate Agent Growth Podcast, where we dive into what's actually working to grow your real estate business today. I'm your host, Grant Burks, and in each episode, I sit down with successful agents who are closing over $3 million a year in sales to break down the exact strategies, systems, and habits that have helped them to succeed. If you're looking to generate more leads, build stronger relationships, and scale your business with proven advice from agents who are doing it right now, then you're in the right place. So let's get into it. So today we've got the one and only Morgan Shawver on our podcast, which is really special because Morgan is, she was our first client who came into shoot podcasts and regularly shoots them every month still. So we get to see her every month, but I'm excited to be on the other side of things now, getting to interview her. Morgan, I know a fair amount. I'm lucky to know a fair amount about you at this point, but for those of you who for those who don't necessarily aren't familiar with you, could you just give like a short introduction?
This is weird being on the other side.
I
don't like this question. And I ask every one of my podcast people to give me a little something on them. So I am Morgan Shawver. I am with Coldwell Realty, and we're hoping someday to phase into the co-lead of the Lundquist Group. Right now, my mom is the head, but right now in my life with 3 babies, I just don't know if it's the time. But I am a part of the letter. We'll see. I'm on a team with 5 other women, so 5, and then me. We love it. It's amazing. But like I said, I have 3 babies, and that's the basis of my life. I'm a mom first and then a realtor second. And I kind of phase that all into my life. Like my podcast, shout out. It's called Motherhood. If anybody wants to check it out. That's my marketing right there for you. Yeah. That's free marketing.
I love it.
3 babies, Oakland, who's 4, Collins, who's 2, and Callahan, who is 4 months. So we are busy. I'm married to my high school sweetheart, Max. He is the head basketball coach at Central, and he is a teacher. So I love it. We have a busy life, a crazy life, but it's a blessing every day.
Yeah. And you're already, Morgan is very modest. Everyone's very humble. You're already not doing yourself enough of a service. You say, I'm a mom first and a real estate agent second. She is a very successful real estate agent. So the fact that you say that's your second job after being a mom, I have no doubt that you're an incredible mom. But just so everybody can get some sort of idea of how successful of a real estate agent you truly are, could you share with us a little bit about what did you do last year as far as business goes?
Oh gosh, I just checked this the other day. I did 44 transactions and a little over 21 million in
That's
sales.
Insane.
It was amazing. But
the mom first real estate agent second.
I very much had to do a deep dive into my life last year and really look into how can I do this? Where do I want my business to go? Because if in sales, what do you always like to do? Every year you like to look at your growth. Yeah. I had to look at myself last year and think, okay, I'm going to have a baby in May. So in the middle of the year of next year, what are my goals going to be? What do I want my sales to look like? Can I even consistently and give my clients the best situation, relationship, everything I have possible with 44 transactions? And very beautifully, I can say that my business has scaled back this year. And I think that's just because I've scaled back a little bit on marketing, believe it or not. I know my entire Instagram, Facebook is pretty much based on real estate. Yeah. But I also like to give people a good deep dive into my life because real estate isn't a job for me. It is completely ingrained into my life. So I think that's where it's not even fair to call it a job or being a mom a job. It's just who I am. Mm-hmm. So people saw me, about to have a baby in May, but I was working on day 2 of having the baby. And then I was back driving at day 14. And when I say driving, I mean doing showings and stuff. Only because it was my choice. I don't want to have a maternity leave. I love my job enough to make it not a job, just make it a part of who I am. So I try. I try to do
And
as much as I can.
It's fun too. We always love getting to see when you got the kiddos with you at your listings.
All the showings, all the listings.
It's fun for them too, you know. They get to
is.
see, and as they grow up, they'll appreciate it even more and more.
The 2-year-old, she don't care about nothing.
No,
she doesn't care about anything.
Not
But my son, he is a dream. He turns on the lights. He's been going to showings for as long as I can remember too, and he's 4 now, 4.5. So he loves to unlock the doors, turn on the lights. He like welcomes them into the house. He's a little more shy, so he'll stay by my side. But I mean, the kids are troopers. My clients are troopers. That's what it comes down to. You know, I am very good at having a situational awareness if it's appropriate or not.
Yeah.
You know, there's some clients that I know that, you know, it's a harder transaction. You know, let's say I'm having a seller's consult and they're getting a divorce. I am smart enough to know that that's probably not a time to have one of the kids there. But, you know, if it's a third showing and they have a couple kids, like we were just talking about before we got on here, all of my clients, I feel like, are transforming into having kiddos. That's when I'll bring a kiddo, maybe 2. Very rarely do I have all 3 because that's just like
it's a lot to handle.
Chaos. Yes. But it's incredible. You know, I love it. So.
Yeah. So just to reiterate again, so you did 44 transactions last year.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yep.
21 million in sales last year.
21 or 23.
Crazy.
Don't quote me. Don't quote me. One or the other. But yes.
That is incredible.
Yep.
So goal of this podcast is for other people to get to learn ways to become successful in their real estate career.
Yep.
If they can just take away like 1 or 2 ideas, strategies, tactics that they can implement in their business. So first, I would love to hear kind of toward the start of your career, was there a specific moment, deal, or a decision that you feel like changed the trajectory of your career? Something that you did where it was like, wow, okay, now I'm really starting to see things are ramping up.
Yep. So I have been doing this almost 8 years now. I got my license in 2017. I did it at the same time as being a kindergarten teacher too. I really thought real estate was just going to be, I don't even want to say the word side hustle, but it was just a way to make some more money. God bless teachers out there. They don't make enough money. So I needed something to supplement, you know, having a 2-teacher household income. We needed something. So I was doing a couple deals here and there for the first 3 years, maybe 2 the first year, 3, and then 5 my third year. So nothing crazy. And then by that third year, all of a sudden that summer, I started posting on social media a little bit more, and not anything crazy, not purposefully. I literally was just saying like, hey, I'm at a house, you know, showing it on XYZ street. And then the next year I had 12 deals, and I was making more working a quarter of the time than I was being a teacher. So by year 4, I kind of looked at it, and I had Oakland, and I thought, you know what? I could do this. And sales is hard. I mean, you're your own boss, and which is beautiful, but it's also scary because I'm 100% commission. So with that being said, I took those 12 deals and thought, you know what? I think I can do this. By the next year, I was at 20 deals, 20 transactions, and then 25. And then I went from 25 to 44.
That's crazy.
And I think it's not even a specific deal in that year I had 12. It was, if I do 12 deals a year, so 1 a month was my goal, I can financially be stable, and not just like kind of financially stable, like 6-figure type of situation that you never get to look at as a teacher until you're at like year 32. Yeah. It's crazy. So it started, okay, financially, this will help us a lot, to, wow, I actually really like this, and I'm making money while I do it. So it was just being able to see that little things, not even purposefully posting on social media, will all of a sudden help grow my business, and then it just took off.
Yeah. So when you're starting to post more on social media, and you said it was the 4th year?
Yep, 4th year.
Year.
So I was going into my 4th year.
Okay, gotcha. And was that 4th year teaching, or 4th year doing real estate while teaching?
Real estate while teaching.
Got it. So when you're starting to post more on social media there, what did that look like at first? Is that just like posting on your story on Instagram, Facebook? Is that scheduling posts within your feed on Instagram, Facebook?
So I have my marketing degree from OU. So I got that first. Learned Canva way before Canva was even a thing at one of my internships with the Ohio Department of Public Safety.
Okay.
I was taught Canva, and it was such a weird concept for me because Adobe was my go-to. But I'm like, wait, Canva is like the easiest, plug and play
thing.
It's
and the
amazing
fact that it's all online.
Yes. And all of your stuff is in one space. It's amazing. So I started looking at that and scheduling my posts on Hootsuite. Okay.
Yeah. Hootsuite,
Yep. Yep. And I thought, you know what? If I just do one a week, I'm not kidding. I was that agent that I didn't want to overwhelm someone.
Okay.
And bug them. Shocker there, because now all I do is post. I have like 14 real estate posts in a day.
That's insane.
But it was one a week that I told myself, okay, I'll just post one video, one picture.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
I like it.
So maybe one picture on a Tuesday and a video on a Saturday.
Okay.
Not professional. I mean, maybe a selfie or a picture of the front of a house that I was showing, or a video of a kitchen I liked, or something like that. Very, very simple. And then I started to get people messaging me saying, where is this? Oh, I didn't know you showed houses in Grove City. I didn't know you could sell in even Mansfield. Like, it was, when you're starting out too, you'll take wherever someone wants to give you a house to sell or to see or anything. And I just started documenting that, and messages started coming in, and oh, I didn't know you were a real estate agent, because it was always, hi, I'm Morgan Shawver. I'm a kindergarten teacher. Oh, but I do real estate on the side. So what do they hear? I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
And then that's where our conversation would go.
Yeah.
Once I made that flip and said, I'm in real estate, and and kind of touched on being a teacher, I mean, that's where things took off.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'm hearing, so I've got like a couple takeaways there that I wanted to key in on. So one, in regard to the posts, it sounds like not overthinking it. Just put something out there.
Yep.
Now, on that note, you mentioned that the post, the video, and the photo, one a week, was not, it was of you or something you were doing. It wasn't like an infographic that I see all the time.
Yes.
It just kills me.
Yes.
Like, if you're posting infographics out there, people want to see you and what you're doing. They want to see real life. They don't want to see some like just totally made up graphic on like a random statistic on real estate or something. So,
or like a happy, like they're great, don't get me wrong, but like fall in love, like during the fall with real estate.
Yeah.
And like that would be the post that people are posting. And I still see it, which is if you purchase, and we found this really quickly, if you purchase like a social media company to do your social media, that's the stuff they'll post.
That's what I see all the time.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, even for me who would support anybody's, real estate career, there's enough people in this world to share. So there is no reason to be upset, support everybody you can. And when I see that, I'm like, oh, no, put your face.
Put your face. You just got to look at the engagement for it.
Yes.
Like you can see those profiles where it's a lot of times like a solo entrepreneur or small business, and they've purchased like what is a social media pack from another company. And it's just all these infographics that they're not unique to them or authentic to them. I feel like that word is overused these days,
but really
authentic to them. And you can look at the engagement. Yeah. They don't get any engagement. People want to see you. So put your face out there, or like you said, like a picture of the house that you're at.
That's what I was going to say. Some
like
people get scared.
What you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people get scared. Some people don't like it. A couple of people on my team don't like putting their kids on social media. And I said, that's totally fine. Yeah. The world is scary nowadays, so I get that. That just happens to be my identity. Look at yourself and who are you? So I really had a deep dive with one of my teammates. Who do you want to be? That's who you need to paint the picture on social media. She loves gardening. She loves going out to dinner. I said, post about that. It doesn't have to be real estate. Her girls play soccer all the time on weekends, and soccer tournaments are forever. Post that you're at the soccer field in Hilliard. Make yourself a person. It doesn't have to be, full on pictures of you all the time, but make yourself a person to these people who they feel like they can relate to.
Yeah.
So
I love that. Make yourself a person. Yeah. That's what people connect with people.
Yes.
People don't connect with random infographics.
And that's what I was going to say. No infographic that says fall in love with a house.
Yes.
No, it's with leaves in the background. I can picture it right now in my head.
I can see it too. Yes. So yeah, put yourself out there, or what you're doing, like daily activities that you're doing in regard to real estate. You mentioned something else there. It's escaping me at the moment. Hopefully it'll come back to me later. But a lot of great tips there for first getting started. So things started to kind of pick up, you said, after you were just putting stuff out on social media. Talk me through like what kind of changed in your business following that year when you were doing that. What did you change within the strategies that you were doing? Did anything change on the way you were marketing?
I think the big thing was in January, that's when my husband Max and I kind of had a conversation. Can we do this? Can I not be on a salary? Can I do 100% commission? Am I prepared for that? And I took the leap. I put my resignation in March, and I went full force in May. And then my sister, Mackenzie, ended up getting sick in June. And if that is not God's plan, I don't know what is, because I was able to spend her last year with her, constantly by her side. And I think once I posted that I was going full force real estate, because in your head, like when you leave anything or start anything and you're a social media person, that's the first thing you're going to do, because you're going to get lots of engagement. So you have to think through it. So I posted that, and I kid you not, I got a listing and 2 buyers from that one post. And I literally closed them within 2 months of posting that. And that right there is when I knew I can do this and it works. Because people are going to, not as much now, but people were fighting for a long time. Well, I don't like social media. Well, I don't want to be on my phone. And granted, maybe your business isn't built on that, but mine literally was like a stepping block that I'm like, okay, if I post just a picture of myself, and I get 3 people not even 3, 1 person to message me or 1 person to comment on it, it's so huge. Worth it.
That's huge.
So, and it's free.
Yeah.
Free.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Total free marketing. And you just have to buckle down and think, okay, what do people actually want to see? Yeah. So after that one post and I got those people, I took it, ran with it. And that's, that was when TikTok I think it was more like TikTok. I was going to say Vine, but Vine was way gone. But I tried to be a TikTok realtor. But that was 4 years ago too. And TikTok wasn't even really that popular at the time, was it?
Coming up at that point.
Yeah.
4 years ago, yes.
And that people were doing like the voiceovers and stuff. And that was what I tried to do. And I realized, I was like, okay. And I would redo, and one video would take me days to do because you want it to be perfect. Yeah. And then if you didn't get the engagement you wanted, well, what was that?
Yeah.
What were those days for? Yes.
Putting toward that.
So that was really, that summer I really tried to do that. Okay. I would say probably for a summer, winter, and then back into the next summer. I really tried to hone in on doing videos like that, but it was my face. So it was great. And I would get some engagement here and there. Some would be great. Some would be an absolute flop, but I just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And then that's when my husband became a basketball coach at Central. So I really integrated that in there. It wasn't just all real estate too. You have to put your life out there too. You can decide what you want out there, but you have to make yourself a person. So I that's what I tried to do. Once I realized, it doesn't have to be perfect, it clicked.
Cool.
And now I am in people's face all the time. And I don't not care. I care what's out there. I want to put the best version of myself out there, but I also know that it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. You don't have to take literally 27 takes of something and stress yourself out, because all it's going to do is make you upset. And then you're like, it's not worth it. Yeah. It's not worth it. And then you just don't post it.
And you put so much weight on the engagement that one post gets when you commit that much time to it. And you never know.
No.
Whoever says they know exactly what is going to go viral
Click. I know.
on social
Yes.
media, they're lying to you.
Yes.
That is not, they're lying to you or trying to sell you something or doing both. That's simply not true. Like you cannot predict what is going to go viral on social media.
No.
You just got to keep putting stuff out there. And you also do not need to go viral. And in fact, I don't think it's very helpful for you to even go viral on social media when you have a locally based service business
100%.
like being a real estate agent.
Yes.
What does it matter? Millions of people in China viewing, well, I guess China's probably not a good example because I don't know if they
I don't even care if they're in Alabama. Like I don't,
Alabama,
that does nothing to me. Yes.
It doesn't help you at all. Like you got to foster connection with the people who actually know you and live locally to you. Because those are the people that you're going to be helping with real estate transactions.
Yes.
Yeah. So it sounds like another takeaway there. Don't overthink it. Just put stuff out there. The more you can consistently put stuff out there, the better, rather than spending days and days and days on one singular post trying to create something. Also, another takeaway I had, sounds like when you were going the route of trying to do matching the dialogue from different sound bites of other things. It sounds like that wasn't really you, right? Like that wasn't really your thing.
No.
Is that right?
Yeah, it just didn't. And for some people, it's hysterical, and it can go, it can take them far. But with that being said, and going viral and everything, I don't want a random person named Steve from Indiana messaging me, asking me about a house or wanting to, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, or because I will always respond to somebody, but I'm not going to be showing you a house anytime soon. Like that's where we would talk that is an ice cold lead. Like that is like non-existent lead. Like, are you even real, Steve? Like that's, you know what I mean? So that's another big thing with social media, that I can get, a couple messages and everything from these reels because they're on, the big, I don't know what even that page is called.
I don't know.
Explore page or something?
Yeah, Explore. I think, is it For You?
That
or
one.
Explore?
Right.
I don't know which one's TikTok.
And it's supposed to be like all, content for you that you like, but it's not, I don't know. It doesn't resonate with certain people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yes, that's a big takeaway. It just didn't feel authentic to me. And some of them were funny, right? But the best ones that actually did help me grow in my real estate are the ones I took once. And then that was it. Yeah. And it was the ones that, and they're actually, coming up in my memories now. And I'll repost them because I'm like, oh, heck no. I know I worked days on that.
Smart.
So I'm reposting it.
Yeah.
But,
so do what works for you.
Yes.
Do what works for you. Do what feels what feels most natural to you, as long as you're putting yourself out there. That way people can build a connection, start to foster trust with you. Okay. Awesome takeaways. Reposting. If you have previous posts that have done well, repost them, guys. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Repost home anniversaries too. Because people do not realize sometimes that it'll say, from your memories 3 years ago. Well, that looks like it's a whole nother closing all over again. You can do that every year. Like, granted, you don't want to overwhelm someone, but take that. I'll screenshot it and post it on their page. Not even like repost it on my page and tag them. Oh no, I'll go straight to their page and post it, because then it will pop up on all of their friends' pages too, that I posted it on their wall. So
this is such a good little hack right here. I want to make sure we're really kind of keying in on this. So anniversaries of transactions from previous clients you've helped purchase or buy or sell a house, repost on the anniversary, like repost an image of their house with some little message. I cannot believe it's been 2 years. Love you all. Or amazing. I hope you guys are doing great. How was this 4 years ago? You know, things like that. So where do you get the notification of like the reminder of the anniversary typically?
Either on Instagram or on Facebook.
Okay.
Is where, and I do have a database that has, the home anniversary, and I'll write cards and, give them their home anniversary cards. But that is also, I kind of call that like a little warm touch, because it's there, but it's not getting me out into their sphere unless they post it.
Touch,
right? Yes. Just to say like, hey guys, I'm thinking of you, congratulations.
Which is great.
Right. And it's still great because I do love my clients. So I love to do that. But having that, I mean, that completely explodes in their sphere because they'll not only click and be like, oh, they live here. Ooh, that's a pretty house. Oh, who was their real estate agent? And then go straight to my page.
So smart.
Yes. So I get the notification from the memories from either Instagram or Facebook. So I don't even have to do the digging. I just look at my memories.
Amazing. Perfect.
Amazing.
Screenshot it.
Yes.
Then just share it on the platforms.
Yep.
So smart.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So that took you kind of led us up to last year there.
Yep.
Anything else that's changed or anything else you've implemented that we didn't talk about there?
I think a big thing, I mean, not to toot your horn, but the podcast has been so fun.
I did not pay her to say this, guys.
It's not a paid ad. It's not a paid ad, but it really has been so fun.
Good.
I've had people come up to me and they're like, I have been thinking for years that I wanted to start a podcast. And I'm like, well, why didn't you? Well, I'm nervous and I don't know if anybody will listen. The first thing I said to you was, if I get 10 people to listen to this forever, I don't care. Like it's just the fun of it too.
Yeah.
And now I have people literally reaching out to be on the podcast.
It's awesome.
It's so fun.
You tell them you already booked out a year and a half.
I literally am booked out until next December. So it is such a blast. And I think my clients really, if now I'm showing them a house, they'll be like, oh, I heard on your podcast. And I'm like, you what? You listened? So then it just creates such a connection with them, and then I'll jokingly be like, all right, well, you're next. You're going to be on the podcast once, and being able to get them excited because there's some that are truly like, nope, I want nothing to do with that. And I'm like, okay, you say that. And now my one in November, my guest, she was like, I can't do it. I'm nervous. And I asked her in March to do it. So I said, you have until November to think about it. You're okay. And she's coming in November. And she's pumped. Yeah. And she'll text me and be like, 2 weeks until the podcast, things like that. So it's just, that has really grown my business because of the videos. It's all about the videos and being able to be in front of people, just staying top of mind. It's
so you are having, once again, I hate to overuse this word,
please.
You're having an authentic conversation with somebody who you have helped hand in hand walk them through a previous transaction. So you are talking about the challenges, how you guys overcame them. You're just naturally getting those stories from it. People love hearing stories and stories of basically the successes of your clients because of you. I mean, and they're seeing you talk about it. They're hearing you talk about it.
And understanding that it's stressful. They're like, okay, I'm not alone.
Yeah, and they need that partner in it.
Yes.
And you get your personality out there so well.
Thank
you. With your personality, you're just immediately going to connect with everybody. So I think podcasts are a fantastic way to connect with future clients and just reconnect with your past clients. And it's just a fun thing.
And it's fun. And it's just fun. So,
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So start your podcast. If you haven't yet, reach out to us. We can help you get your podcast going right here. Boom. All right. So this might be kind of touching on a couple things you've already said, but in case there's some new ideas that kind of come into play here that we haven't talked about yet, and this can be outside of social media or anything else, like just anything. I want to touch on anything that you found success in. What specific activities consistently bring you new clients each month? And how would you say you allocate your time toward, maybe percentage-wise, toward those different activities?
So it has seemed this whole podcast that social media is my entire business. And it's a huge part, don't get me wrong. But now having the best client database that I do and a decently larger one, making sure that I appreciate them for every referral they give me is by far my favorite thing to do for them. So client appreciation events. Those are my favorite. And I've really tried to do one at every quarter-ish, give or take. So winter's hard just for everybody in general. No one wants to leave. It's just a tougher month. And not even just 1 month in particular with January, but November, December, January, hard. Because you're going all the time with holidays. There's so many events and activities. So I don't usually touch as much. I kind of leave people alone at that time just because no one wants to feel bothered at that time.
Yeah.
Real estate kind of slows down. I mean, you feel that, I'm sure, with the business. Sure. And it's almost, we need that time. Like it's like a exhale. Yes, you can reset. And then in February, March, that's where, things are starting to heat up. That's where I'm really starting to, get a lot more showings. That's, again, where I'm posting more on social media. But then in June, we now do a client appreciation event for yoga. We do a yoga for the moms. We do yoga, and not just moms. Anyone can come, but that's just usually who comes.
I feel like Ella probably just perked up.
I know,
there.
Ella.
She's been hitting the Pilates.
Come, girl. Stop. Well, I despise yoga, so girl, come be with me. It's bad. You'll show me up. It's really bad, but we have so much fun, and it's right by Hoover Dam. It's during the sunset, and we did it in August before. Right after school started, for a zen, letting people come.
Nice.
The beginning of the school year is not calm.
Yeah.
It is the end of the summer. Everyone's in chaos mode. So we switched it to June this past year, and it was great. So a client appreciation event here and there, something to really feed new clients though, that has been a dream come true, and more just, I love coffee. I think it's a thing that I'm a mom. I naturally love coffee. Who doesn't love coffee, right? Up. You have to. Yeah. So I do coffee trucks and bring them to local schools.
Oh, bring it to the school.
Yes.
Okay.
So Westerville City Schools has my heart, and I bring it to, and I actually did it this morning at Huber Ridge Elementary.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. So the hour before school starts, I bring in a coffee truck and do free coffee, tea, drinks for all the teachers.
Okay.
All the staff members, I should say. So I pick certain Westerville schools, and ones that I've probably gotten 5 to 7 clients a year from that. And that might not sound like a lot to people, right? But 5 to 7 true hot clients that I am showing houses and closing deals off of.
That's huge.
Worth every penny.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is such a fun event. So a couple questions for you
Yes.
on both those things, the events that you host as well as that coffee event that you host.
Yes.
So to have a successful event, like your quarterly events that you do, what are some key components that you do as far as how do you advertise it? What do you do for collecting? Most of them, I guess, is probably past clients, but how do you make sure that you're getting the value from the event?
Making it worth it.
Okay.
Right. So how to make it worth it is making sure you follow up. And granted, I'll do a drip campaign for an email.
Okay.
How many times do we open up our email and swipe and delete?
Yeah.
And not purposefully either. You'll delete something and you're like, wait, I think I needed that. Yeah. On accident. Just because, you get all the things, so much email. So I do a drip campaign on emails, but I always follow up in text messages. And that is a lot of people to text.
Yeah.
It is so worth it because that's a touch.
Boom.
Yes, it's a touch. So I also do a Clippers event in the summer. So I shoot out any free, they get up to 6 tickets. Any client, past, present, or who I'm currently working with gets 6 free tickets to the Columbus Clippers game. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of tickets,
up to 6. Well, I have, and shout out to the Whitlatch family. They are Max and I's age, and they're wonderful, and they have 4 babies. And you best believe I'm not letting them not have all 4 babies. So the Whitlatches, you are the reason I give 6 tickets, because I'm like, if you guys come, I want every single.
You want the whole family.
I want the whole family there.
How many tickets is that though? Up to 6 tickets for all of your past clients' families?
If they want up to. There's people. I will say not one person has ever taken advantage of it. They're not like, oh, I'm going to take, they will. I want all 6, but it'll be like, hey, well, I'm bringing my in-laws, my kids, and us.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, great. Well, that's up to
bring
right.
Joe Schmo.
Shooting a text out here you go, it's 6 free tickets. No, because they know I get to see all of them. And I give them hugs, and they introduce me to all of those people. And it is so much fun because we're having fun together, and it has nothing to do with real estate.
Yeah.
So that
Just
one is
genuine.
Yes.
Fun.
So fun.
What's the most number of tickets that you've purchased?
This year for sure.
How many was it?
Oh my gosh. I think 150 How
much did it cost to buy all those tickets?
It was 10 a ticket. So, I mean, I'm just,
Dang.
but if you do the math, and it was $10 a ticket.
Yeah.
And I get one client from that.
Really, I mean, I was thinking it was a lot more expensive for
Nope.
tickets.
Nope,
so
$10 a ticket.
You know, that's not like pennies by any means.
No.
But it's a semi-affordable way to provide like a really awesome experience. For.
I think that goes back to the year before I had, last year, I want to say too, was my biggest year I've ever had. Like I can sit on that. I'm very proud of that year. If I have another year like that again, amazing.
You will.
I love it. But the year before that, things don't happen quickly in real estate. That year happened because of my previous year. No question.
Yeah.
It was because of the events that I had started. It was because of the marketing I had started that all bleed in to the following year. Yeah. So you're not marketing for your tomorrow. You are marketing for your months or your years. Because how many people, and I feel like even newer real estate agents can relate to this. They'll get a message, hey, I want to buy a house, but not until next year.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, a year happens really fast in real estate. Yes. So it's up to you to foster that relationship, show you're still there for a year. Don't pressure. Yeah. That's the biggest thing I think I can tell newer agents. If you pressure, that is going to be a really hard transaction to get to the closing table.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
That's great advice. What you said right there, Jordan Crosby, our previous guest on the podcast, who you know
Yes.
well. If you haven't watched last week's podcast, go check out that episode.
It's a good
one. Jordan says something so similar. He's like, the action that you take today is going to be what pays out for you 6 months to a year from now.
Spot on.
You're not gonna do an event for a client and then tomorrow, I mean, you might, but you're probably not going to do an event for a client and then tomorrow you're helping them buy or sell a house.
Right.
But guess what? That event, it's like you're planting seeds 6 months, year from now.
Exactly.
Those are going to grow into something fruitful.
Yep.
All right. Awesome stuff there. There's one more thing I wanted to chat about in regard to one of those events. So you said one-on-one text messages.
One-on-one.
Is that right? Okay.
Yep. So I follow up, and that's a lot, I will say, you know. And it started out in the first couple of years. I mean, you don't have that many clients at that point, right? Yeah. But we are now on our 5th year for our client appreciation event in October. That is, we get a photographer and they get family pictures. Yeah. So that's another event that we get to do. And that's pricey too. I mean, we're paying a professional photographer, but I very quickly learned on that. I think that must have been, so it was 2023 when I had the, planting seeds year for my 2024 year. In 2023, I very quickly found you have to spend money to make money, right? And at first that's hard because you feel like you're getting nothing in return and all you're doing is spending money. But making sure that you are spending the money the right way. So like buying that professional photographer, maybe it's a couple $100 more than your neighbor across the street who occasionally does photography here and there, spending the money right and then making your event grow every year. It's the way to do it. That follow-up too, even if they can't come and they tell you that, maybe it's that first text, you'll get a no right away, right? But I start shooting out our events about 2 months ahead. If you are in, not chaos mode all the time. I don't want to say that for us, but a business owner.
Busy
all the time. You can't think 2 months ahead.
Yeah.
That is like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
You're trying to keep the wheels on right now.
Yes. So that's where I'll say, hey, save the date.
Yeah.
Hey, our sign up is out. Hey, did you get our sign up?
Smart.
Hey, or even if they did sign up pretty quickly, I saw you signed up. I can't wait to see you. Things like that. Yeah. So I'll probably do individual text messages 3 or 4 times before. So it's a lot of work, but like you said, you have to make it worth your money or it's not. Yeah. It's not worth it to do it.
So. Yeah, if you're going to do it, if you're going to put on an event, you got to do it right.
You have to. Yep.
One thing you mentioned earlier was the drip campaigns.
Yeah.
What technology, what software are you using for those?
I'm not proud of this. I'm still working through it. I don't. So.
What? You're running a manual drip campaign through just your email?
Yeah.
/Jackson.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not. So I will say, to all of my newer agents. So I guess this is a really good piece of advice. When you start out, you don't have many people in your database, right? Yeah. I did not establish a database until this year.
Wow.
So I did not have any database. I did not send any emails, nothing. I was purely social media and referrals.
Wow.
Again, not proud of it. But last year, I couldn't really come up to take a breath, let alone. And that's when I texted you, and you know Emily Powell pretty well.
Yeah, which I want to chat
Shout
about.
out to Emily.
Yeah.
She's my transaction coordinator, and she gives me the air to breathe. Like, she is everything. She does my documents for me, but I'm still there. She just does my behind the scenes. So finding your people, back to, gosh, this is where my squirrel comes in.
Oh, I'm the same way.
I'm so bad.
I'm trying to keep 5 things in my mind.
I know. Starting to establish your database immediately. So your question with the drip campaign.
So that's something you would do?
Yes.
Like if you go back
start
to
your database immediately.
Okay.
And everyone told me to, but then all of a sudden it was 3 years in.
Yeah.
And then it was 4 years in. And then it was 5 years in. And I had over 100 clients. And I'm like, well, now I'm just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put anybody anywhere. And then with, 2024, then my database went to 200 people. And then it was 3. So finally this year, I hired someone to do it all for me.
Okay.
And it was worth every single dollar because now I have that. So that was my goal this year, was to create my database. Cool. That was one of my goals. I got it. Now I've started researching different avenues that I want to use.
Okay.
It's a manual one right now.
Yeah.
But
well, a couple points on this. One, this should be so encouraging for everybody watching. You do not have to, once again, anybody who's trying to tell you 1,000 different pieces of software that you need to utilize or sign up for is probably just getting some sort of referral bonus off of you.
Yes.
So you do not. Morgan has grown her business to do 44 transactions last year, 21 or 23 million.
Whichever one.
And she was literally doing it all manually. So you don't need to download 15 different softwares. If I'm sure it would probably make it a little bit easier, like you said, if she had one. But don't overcomplicate things to where you get into analysis paralysis with it. Okay, another thing I wanted to touch on, because you talked about, Emily, having a transaction coordinator.
Yes.
So as you've grown your business to this, you're not going to say it, but I'm going to say it, massive scale, you hit points where you're like, all right, I've capped out all of my time.
Yes.
What can I do to open up more of my time, delegate things to different areas, and just have a little bit more time to breathe / continue to grow?
Yep.
So what were some of those things that you've done?
So I think it actually was midsummer when I decided to hire her of 2024.
I remember you talking about it. We talked about it 3 listings in a row.
Yes. And it was 3 listings in a week. Yes. And that's when I was I cannot give my 100%, which is what everybody deserves, to a listing, because that's my name and that is their home. That is the biggest investment. If I can't give you 100%, I don't deserve your listing. Straight up. It's just the way it is. And when I was balancing so many at one point, and I made a post about it naturally, I had 18 transactions going on at one time. I couldn't even.
It's crazy.
And I do a Monday follow-up. Trying to follow up with 18 different transactions at once, I couldn't even put it all on paper. I couldn't fathom. I can't even put it into words right now, how I even survived that. So having all of those transactions going on at once, I thought, you know what? I'm scared to delegate anything. I'm a type A. I like things the way they are. What if I don't like the way she does things? And my gosh, did I pray on it? And did Emily surpass every expectation I ever had? She is a dream come true and worth every dollar. I think that was another thing that I was I don't want to give up a piece of my commission.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that because it's an investment. And
it is.
When you're working so hard for every single deal and it's a percentage of that is going away.
Yep.
That's tough.
It was hard.
But it's allowed you to take more on.
And I could actually go to bed. My phone goes to do not disturb
huge.
at 9:15. And the fact that it's still 9:15 is like kind of funny because I'm still texting people at like 9, 10 o'clock.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just, it'll say mortgage offers and do not, I know, see, because it's when I put the babies to bed and I don't, I'm again, very good at deciding who is appropriate to say, hey, I'm putting my 3 babies to bed. I will give you a call after. And I know that's kind of deterring from a question, but it's so true. Making sure you delegate your time and have free time to be yourself at the same time of being a real estate in real estate in general. You have to do that. And Emily was my, not way out, but she was my way.
That was the path.
My path to be able to grow my business in the future.
Yeah. And you have to, there's going to be a point, no matter what business you're running, it doesn't matter. You're going to hit a ceiling. You're only one person and you can only do so much until you can start to find paths to delegate out some of your work so that you can do more for other people. So
where Ella comes in, our dream come true.
My goodness, this was one of the biggest blessings in my life was hiring my team member Ella, who is recording this podcast right now.
She's a saint.
I mean, we were like parallel trains running down parallel tracks. It was like I hit my ceiling too, and I was trying to text people, but be at shoots and do this and do that, and slowly I was able to start to build things to where I could get some of that time back.
That's another cool thing with us, though. We're literally like have grown our business together.
Yes,
like the
so
same years.
Fun.
It's been awesome.
I know, the same years and everything. And we started a Quaker Steak together back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Okay. So Emily, a transaction coordinator.
Yes.
A transaction coordinator. Amazing hire for you.
Yes.
Finding the right one. Very important, I'm sure. What should people look for, agents, if they're looking for an effective transaction coordinator?
First, you need to look at yourself and think, do I need one? I think that's the biggest thing for people, because if you're not getting your money's worth out of it, then don't, because not having one taught me so much. So I think you need to grow and learn certain experiences, because goodness love she will literally be like, do you need me to call this agent because they're not responding and I know you don't have time, so I will call them myself. But it was the years that I had to do it myself made me so much stronger and such a better agent that now I'm like, yep, do it. You're good. And let me know if you need backup because I'm here. But doing it myself, I think, was the biggest thing. And then finding her at the time where I felt like I needed her.
Okay.
If you have one, and this is not to knock on anybody, but if you're only doing, even 10 can be overwhelming for people sometimes. But if you're doing those 10 transactions and you feel like you can give everything, do it.
Okay.
Don't find someone quite yet. It's when you feel maybe not to the point where we were at.
Yeah,
we couldn't even we waited a little too long. But when you feel yourself starting to feel that heavy pressure that like every time you get a text message, it's overwhelming. That's probably when you need some help and you need to let your reins out.
Yeah.
Look for someone who you can confide in. Look for someone who can be your steady balance. Look for someone who will talk you down when you need it, or the person that will hype you up when you're not feeling it, right?
Yeah.
Some of these transactions you need pushed. Or you're pulling buyers to the finish line, and not in a forceful type of way. It's more, this has been 30 days is a long time. This is a long transaction, and you can only control what you can control. Yeah. And there's always two sides of a transaction, right? There's a buyer and a seller. And then sometimes, almost every time, there's also two different agents. So that's a lot of humans in one transaction. And then not to mention, you have the lending side, you have the title side. It's a lot of people and a lot of brains and a lot of moving parts. Making sure you have that person who can guide you through it and keep everybody in line. That's what Emily does for me now. Whereas before it was me. Yeah. And when I had that much going on, I couldn't do it. Yeah. And that's where you feel like things crumble. And in real estate, things can't crumble. No. It doesn't work that way. So, making sure you're strong and showing up with a smile every day too.
Okay. Awesome. So transaction coordinator, getting that nailed down was a huge help. If we talked a little bit about like timing wise, when it felt right for you, obviously you get to that point of like just being overwhelmed. talked a little bit about the number of transactions.
Yeah.
If you had like a recommendation on, maybe once you're doing 15, 16, 17, 18, is there like a number you could put on it where you're like, maybe look at it once you start to hit, and I know it's going to be dependent, obviously, but where would you say is kind of that threshold?
I would look at your sales. When do you do the most amount of sales? And most likely it's going to be summertime, that March to September type of situation. Mm-hmm. If you are doing, I would say upwards to 15 deals in that time frame, it might be time to start looking to delegate. If you're on a team and you already have someone who is hired as your transaction coordinator or something, and you've had that from the beginning, embrace it and run with it. But if you are on a team like us, we didn't need a full transaction coordinator. I'm actually the only person on our team that has one. And I say that with love, that they're still growing their business to the point where they don't need it quite yet. But Emily's there for a referral. That's the beauty of the team. But if you're a single agent and you're doing 15 in those summer months, March to September, you should probably start looking into it.
This is great, like tactical advice.
Yep.
All right, Ella, how long are we at right now? I want to make sure I don't run too long here. Okay, I could keep going forever.
Me too. I know. Man, I know.
All right. So we'll kind of hit a couple more. Actually,
I'll try and go quick.
No. This is such valuable advice. I really hope people are like taking notes, or mental notes if they can't.
Or just keep listening.
Or And also, guys, if you would like Morgan, because we're gonna wrap it up soon, but if you'd like Morgan to come back for another episode, send us a comment. Whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, listening on Apple Podcasts, send us a comment below. Say, get Morgan back in, because we're just kind of hitting the surface.
Or run away.
Yeah.
Don't ever have her on again. Don't worry. I'll be back next week for my own podcast.
There we go.
You guys can't run from me.
Man, yep. Okay, so we'll go lightning round here then. So this will be quick, just a couple questions here. So first, favorite real estate apps or tools that you're using right now? Talked a little bit about this earlier with database and stuff, but any apps or tools that you're using right now? Could be anything from marketing wise to CRM, anything.
Canva, no joke. It's my go-to. Download it on your phone. You can. It is the way to go right now.
Awesome.
Canva is my number one. My number two is actually Meta Business Suite with Facebook. Not kidding. Yes. So we have our Lundquist Group Coldwell Banker page on Facebook. Yeah. And that really gets we're almost to 1,000 followers or whatever. And that's like a lot for Facebook on just like a page that looks a little bit more like scheduled out. That's what I try and make the page not to look so like, okay, on Tuesdays we post this, on Wednesday, you want it to be really, like we said, the word authentic, and it feels like it's not so like robotic posting. My Meta Business Suite, being able to post out.
So Meta Business Suite for scheduling posts.
Yes, for scheduling posts.
Got it.
Yep,
Got it.
that has been my saving grace.
Anything else within there?
I don't.
Okay.
I just use it.
Don't run any ads or anything like that.
Sometimes, just with the time of year we're in right now, things are sitting longer, 30, 40, 50 days. Usually in my marketing plan, if it hits a certain week, usually about week 3 is when I start doing a sponsored ad. Targeted sponsored ads on Facebook, usually Instagram, sometimes depending on what property it is. I won't do, if there's like a 600 or up on Instagram, maybe more like 800 or up. That's a little bit harder because Instagram targets a younger generation. And if you are able to afford an $800,000 house, call me. That's great. If you're, that's great. But usually that's more of a Facebook sponsored ad. So I definitely look at the house, look at the property, decide if it's worth it. Target the ages for sure, depending on what the property is and the purchase price, and then shoot it out.
Okay. Gosh, this is such good advice. Okay. Any other apps or tools that you're using?
Not my my camera and my video. Like I have the highest iPhone, whatever camera quality on purpose. I did that because my business is pictures and videos. So I made sure that I got the best, I think it's like the whatever, how many?
think they're on
the 15, 17?
Yeah,
okay, I'm not 17 yet because
now.
I think they just came out with that.
I could be wrong on that, actually.
I think you are. I think they're at 17, but
Okay.
whatever the one step down is from that, I just got it a couple months ago.
Okay.
So worth it.
Cool.
So worth it. So yeah, having a good phone, which I know sounds funny, having a good camera.
Is there anything else you use more often than your
No,
phone?
right?
You're a
No.
business owner,
Nope,
for better, for worse.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, awesome. Most underrated lead source. Ooh, interesting. So this could be like general public, what people, maybe what their thoughts are versus what you're seeing, or maybe one that you're using that you feel like other people aren't using as much.
I think most underrated is referrals.
Okay.
People do not tap in on their, they think their client database is just who they are. Oh, no. You look at that client and think of how many, and this is dramatic sounding, but it's not. Think of how many thousands of people that person knows.
Yeah.
So being able to tap into your database, and a lot of people look at it and say, I have a top 50. Okay. So my top 50 gets a gift from me every 2 months. So every other month I do something funny. So like I just ordered my last one and they're little ducks, like rubber ducks.
Yeah.
And they say waddle, like waddle we sell next with my logo on it. And like, it's little silly things like that. They got chapstick from me. They got a bottle opener from me, but all of it is branded, but all of it is costly, right? So I do that usually at the beginning of the year. Last year, my goal was to do it once a month. And let me tell you, that was so expensive.
Once a month?
It's
That'd be
so
hard to keep
overwhelming.
up with. Yeah.
And it's not, I deliver them. Like I
Yeah.
deliver them.
You hand deliver?
Yes, I do not mail them out. I handle, granted, I think there's 3 that I just can't make it out to, that I mail it. I hand deliver these to people.
Wow.
And that was a lot. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But
You're going to have to hire a delivery person.
oh my gosh, I've thought about it so much.
Transaction coordinator, a FedEx person.
I know. I loved it. But this year I scaled back because I'm like, okay,
Yeah, that's a lot.
every other month I will do something for my top 50.
That's still a lot every other month.
It is. But in my top 50, people ask me, okay, are they previous clients? No. Sometimes they're just, my top 50 are the 50 people that I know will say my name if someone asks if they know a real estate agent. There are people on there that I know will never move. Granted, I never say never and I never say forever. Those are 2 things in real estate you just don't say. But there are people that are going to be in their house for a very, very long time. And they know thousands of people though. So granted, I know there's one person in particular. He lives in Lewis Center with his family. I know they aren't moving anytime soon, but now I am helping their dad purchase a new build in Delaware right near them. So being able to foster those connections still every other month, worth every penny.
Yeah.
So hone in on that top 50 and take it.
Yeah,
Or
love
top
it.
25, top 10,
Yeah.
if you're just
Start with
starting out,
something manageable.
start somewhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love it. All right. Best book or podcast for real estate agents?
Okay, so there's this podcast called Motherhood, and it's by Mortgage. No, I'm just kidding.
That was good.
All things
Like
real
career
estate
acting
and motherhood,
and
right?
That was
right?
good. You had me rolling for a
That's
second.
good.
I was like, okay.
Nope. I really like to, there's a lot of real estate agents that are really great at their job. And now they're all starting to write books. And I know this sounds kind of funny, but on Amazon, I will literally just type in real estate books and see what comes up. And I have now really made connections with a lot of real estate agents from different states who are my age, who are exactly where I'm at, and they've all written books.
Wow.
And great, they're like 150 pages. They're nothing crazy, but being able to read and literally feel like I wrote the book myself, or take little tidbits of what they do, because obviously what they're doing is working. It's amazing. So that's what I would do. I don't think there's a specific one per se that I would recommend for somebody.
Okay.
You just have to hone in and meet like-minded people, or read about, like-minded things that you think you can actually apply to your business.
Yeah.
So.
And some of those books, shorter, 150 pages, they're probably distilled into like a few basic principles or concepts, which sometimes is the most helpful when you can have like 5 takeaways.
That's what I was going to say,
really
the takeaways.
Practical takeaways. Like
Yes.
I hate when you listen to stuff, read stuff, and it's just all like general fluff.
Yeah.
Like give me some very practical
Something
takeaways.
I can do
today.
to take it. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, last one here. I don't even like that one. We're nixing the last one. That's
all
a
right.
bad ChatGPT question right there.
That's all right.
All right. What would you have? Any final words of advice for, let's say, Morgan, who maybe hadn't hit 10 million, 3 million transactions yet, just kind of getting started in your career? Any one thing that somebody could do today to do something with their business?
Yeah. So my one big thing is keep going. Like keep going. It is hard. Our business is tough. Find who you are and run with it, and people will see that. If you are trying to be salesy, if you're trying to do all these gimmicky things and, be someone you're not, you're going to fail really quickly. So being able to stay true to yourself and find what works for you. So for me personally, I like to talk in front of people. I could talk to a wall. I am comfortable getting in front of a camera. I've had to work on that. Don't get me wrong,
it's a skill.
but I like to put my face out there because I feel like it grows my business and makes people feel like they're sitting right next to me, talking to me like a friend. But I do that authentically. I don't sit there and say, hi, this is Morgan Shawver in front of my new listing. And I don't take that 6 times anymore. Yeah. I used to, and give yourself grace. I used to do that, but now I post it and don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not like picking my nose on the camera, but like I'm giving valuable information.
Yeah.
And
Oakland might be.
Oh my gosh, he'll be in the background doing it. But just stay true to who you are and find what works for you and go with it, but keep going. Those first 2 years, and 2 years can feel like a long time at first. 2 years is hard. Yeah. The first 2 years is hard, and you'll want to not do it anymore. Once you push past that and figure out what works for you, you will go so far.
Great advice. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast.
Thanks
today.
for having me.
We are so lucky to have you as a client, but even more importantly, a friend. So thank you for coming on today. If you guys want to check out Morgan's podcast, where she talks about all things real estate and motherhood, then go check out her podcast. For people to search it on Spotify, what should they type in?
Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you can type in motherhood and then Morgan Shawver, or go to my Instagram at Making Moves with Morg, and you can find all of that and little snippets if you don't want to listen to the full podcast. But
awesome.
Yep,
and
it's fun.
We'll link it in the show notes below as well. All right. Well, tune in next week. Be sure to hit the follow button on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube if you guys want to get notified whenever this next podcast is released. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one.